What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Today we're looking at something that I've been asked about a lot in the comments, and that is to do a review on some Tempish skates. Today we're looking at the Tempish Black Ice Hood skate. So a couple of you guys from the United States might be wondering, what are Tempish skates? I've never heard of them. I would have been in your same boat about, a month or two ago, before some people from around the world through this channel have asked, what do you think about Tempish skates? And so I looked that up. I'm like, wow, that's something I never heard of. Turns out Tempish is an outdoor brand from the Czech Republic. They actually don't do any sales of their products in the United States yet. I believe they sell all over Europe, China, and South America. But because I was receiving so many questions about Tempish skates, I decided to reach out to Tempish and ask them if they would be down to send me some skates for review so that I could get it out to all my viewers. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Black Ice Hood from Tempish. All right, so this is it, the Black Ice Hood. This skate comes in around $190. At least that was the conversion rate when I did it. But that's enough chit chat. Let's jump into the skate and just see what it has to offer. So starting off at the top of the boot here, we have a pretty standard buckle. It does allow the strap to go inside the cuff, which is nice so that it's not gonna get caught as you're skating. On the other side, the actual buckle part, this is actually metal, so that's very nice to see. I love it when I see metal parts on skates. The more metal, the better. Even my twister skates, this part right here is not metal. The actual strap for this, it's not the thickest strap, but you know, it's not the most expensive skate in the world either. So that being said, I'm not docking it on that. The cuff, as you can see, has a little bit of a low cut in the back here. A lot of skates share that nowadays. Great feature for mobility. Something you don't see on more of a budget and urban or fitness skate are removable cuffs. And right here you can see you can actually remove this cuff, which is just a great option to have. If you go down further, they got a nice 45-degree strap right here. Love me a 45-degree strap. Hold your heel back into the heel pocket nicely. So really enjoyed that. It is a ratchet system. If you pull up right here, it does release this, and then you just start clicking away just like that, and it tightens it up for you. This whole bit is all metal. The only plastic part on here is the release lever, and this little bit over here I believe is plastic. Really nice. Again, this is a little thin and a little more budget oriented, which I'm okay with if it holds up over time. As long as it holds up, we're all good. So next thing down to skates, we're just gonna jump into the lacing system here. The first eyelets and the last two eyelets are just the regular metal rivet flat things, but the middle two, which are the most important in my opinion for cinching down in that forefoot area, are a raised protected eyelet, which sets up the lace differently so that when you're pulling on it, it actually pulls it together more, which I really enjoy that. You're not gonna get a ton out of this shell, obviously, because it is very hard plastic, but having them take the extra effort to put that kind of an eyelet system on here, I really enjoy. This eyelet system can also be found on higher end skate models such as my Twister Edge skates. So seeing that on a less expensive skate is a plus in my book. The laces, they are claiming that they are waxed hockey laces. They are thick and wide and really high quality. They might be a little bit waxed, but I can't feel any wax on them, so you know, your mileage may vary. A really nice set of waxed laces are really waxy, and you can tell. So I think these laces would be totally fine for you if you don't want to replace them. Let's take a look at the shell. The shell is highly ventilated, which I think for a fitness urban skate is a great thing. Something I kind of miss on my twister skates is all that ventilation. I think it looks cleaner without the ventilation, to be honest, but letting your foot breathe is just a very nice thing, as well as removing plastic creates a lighter skate. If we move down a little bit further, we have a nice removable slide plate right here. Always nice to have on free skates, just because when you go down, you're sliding on that slide plate and you're not tearing up the boot right away. To jump on down to the frame. This frame is a 243 4x80, pretty standard. It's machined aluminum. This frame really, you know, the quality and the look really stands up to what I got on my Twister skates, which is a much more expensive skate. So props on putting a nice frame underneath your feet. This is an aluminum frame, which means race axles. You only need to undo one side with an Allen key to take these wheels off, which makes it really quick to take wheels off and on. The next thing down, let's take a look at the wheels. These wheels are an 80mm 85A. You know, I don't know the quality of the urethane until I get on them, like always, so that'll come later. The looks of these, I have to say, the hub of them, it makes it look like the wheel is one solid piece, and just aesthetically, I think that's just a really cool look. They just have little tiny holes in the hub. Inside these wheels, these little red bits peeking out here are an ABEX 7 bearing. Look pretty good to me. Let's open her up and check out the liner and insole. Before we check out the liner, I just want to show you real quick. Inside, they do have a shock absorption pad. So here it is. Looks pretty thick. One of the thicker ones that I've seen actually in a skate. I'm pretty pleased with this shock absorber, to be honest. Now we can get into the liner and insole. First off, just right off the bat, this is a nice looking liner. It's pretty. I mean, everything about it, like just the finishing of everything, it looks really well done. Like it's just so clean. Like just the detail work is awesome. And the fact that the bottom is more of a rubbery texture, so that is going to grip the bottom of the boot a little better and hopefully not slide around at all. Really high quality liner. Really impressed. On the back, we have the nice low V-cut area, which, like I said, matches the shell, which is awesome for mobility. Right underneath that V-cut area, there's a nice reflective piece. Next to that is a little strap for your skates, carrying strap. Like I always say, never pull your skate on with this strap. Always pull from the bottom of your boot or push down with your heel, because you will probably rip this strap out over time, and then you don't have a strap to carry your skates with. So next thing I'd say is the tongue. Pretty nice thick tongue, holds its shape pretty well. I don't really have anything bad to say about the tongue. I think it's a solid tongue. Next thing down is the little 45-degree Velcro strap that holds the tongue in place. Checks that box. It's just as good as any other one. And then as you come down here, if you want, you can lace the lower lace into the liner with this little loop part. I never do that because it's just easier to slide your liner in and out without having to like undo all your laces off the hard shell of your boot. It does keep the liner in place better in your boot. Say you're in between sizes and the liner's a little smaller than the boot, it won't be going forward and back as much. And then on the toe, it has a nice big neoprene toe area that stretches like all the way around the side of the boot, which is a really nice thing to have, especially if you're kind of in between sizes or you want to size down and have that extra room for your foot to kind of push out a little bit and still be comfortable. This is probably one of the most comfortable liners straight out of the box. It has got some thick, really comfy padding in here. All of this top area up here is really thick. And then it thins out towards the bottom around the skate, which is good because I don't like to have too much liner padding in the boot part because I like the boot to really hug my foot. I get more performance out of my skate. Yeah, let's tear the insole out of here and take a look at that. Alrighty, so here is the insole. Straight off the bat, it is very lightweight. I don't know what kind of foam material this is made out of, but it's very delicate feeling. You're not gonna get much support, if any, on this. In my personal opinion, I think it's a little too soft. It's more geared for comfort, probably fine if you have a flatter foot, but if you have more arch and you need that arch support, I would highly recommend swapping these out for stiffer insole with arch support. In terms of quality, I think this is totally fine coming out of a skate in this price range. All right, so that's the Black Ice Hood skate overview from Tempish. I am really excited to see how these things perform, so let's put the skate back together, get them on, and start rolling. so what do I think about these skates? Well, let's find out, starting with the pros. All right, so first off, right off the bat, you'll notice how lightweight and durable these skates are. The second point is that these skates are feature-rich for their inexpensive price. They have things like metal buckles. One of the buckles is a ratchet system. They have removable cuffs, which I don't see but on the higher end skates. They also have things like the raised or protected lace holes. There's more than just that, but I feel like this is a really feature-rich skate for the price tag. Next up is the liners. These are premium built liners. They're both comfortable and very functional. If you take a closer look at these liners, like the stitch jobs and just the details and like I said with the skates, just the features that are built into these liners, they can contend with some of the best, I think. Next up, the rigid, super thick boot, as well as the even thicker area where the boot mounts up with the frame, makes for great power transfer. The power transfer on these boots are awesome. And last up, I just want to talk about the shock absorber. You don't get big, meaty shock absorbers that cover half of the sole of your foot unless you're getting into the aggressive skate game. And even in the aggressive skate game, some aggressive skates don't even have any. So I just want to mention how nice that was and how it felt like when I was doing jumps and stuff, how dampened and like solid the skates felt. The vibrations were really well maintained with that shock absorber. That's a great set of pros for this skate, but let's check out the cons. So for the first con, the top buckle, very hard. You almost have to get like a fingernail behind it to pull on it. It's very stiff and tough to pop open. The second con I would have to say would be the straps. It would be nice to have just a little thicker plastic in there. That being said, I'm not sure if that's an issue. The plastic might hold up fine. So the next con I would have to say is the insole. I personally just not a fan of really soft insoles. I like a more supportive insole. When you're standing on an insole that is very soft, all the points that kind of protrude out the bottom of your foot, they're basically gonna push all the way to the hard plastic bottom of the boot. And after time, it can kind of get a little bit tiring on your foot because of those pressure points, plus the fact that it's not supportive in any way. It's just kind of a very soft cushion that flattens out and doesn't have support your foot where it needs to be supported. Whereas if that was the exact same mold that they have going there, but just a different, more dense foam in there, I think my foot would be less tired after a long skate because I would have more support. For the price of the boot, this isn't that big of a deal, and you can totally skate these insoles. They're more than fine. And the last con, to me, it's not really even a con. I haven't had a set of skates in a long time come without a break in the box, unless it was an aggressive pair of skates. Usually an urban free skate, fitness skate will always come with a break in the box that you can add to a skate. Even though I don't like brakes, I think they're a nuisance. I think for beginners, true beginners of inline skating, it's just a good option to have in the box. So next up, who are they for? So these skates, I would say, are for a urban free skater with a medium to wide foot that is an intermediate to better skill level. Who these skates aren't for, I would say the urban free skater that has a narrow foot, and maybe not for the beginner just because there is no break in the box. So if that's something you really feel like you need to have, then you might want to look elsewhere. If you guys are looking for an inexpensive skate that's feature rich, performs well, is an urban freestyle skate, and you got a medium to wide foot, I would say these are the skates for you. For best fit with these skates, I would recommend measuring your foot in centimeters and go off the centimeter sizing chart. These skates are the first skates that I've skated from Tempish, and they kind of blew me away. They're only $190 US equivalent. In that price range, you're tough pressed to find a skate that is this well constructed, durable, has all these features in it, and just performs the way it does. Yeah, I'm dumbfounded. So if you guys live anywhere outside the United States that sells Tempish skates, check out these skates. I highly recommend them. And that's why I'm giving these skates a rating of 3.75 wheels out of 4. If you guys have any questions about these skates, please feel free to ask questions in the comments below. If you guys would like to support this channel, you can do so by purchasing some merch at the merch store, as well as purchasing stuff from the Amazon affiliate links in my featured products list below. You can also join me over on Patreon and become a TNR team member. Any way of support really helps this channel, and I thank you guys in advance. It just helps keep me pushing these out every week and investing all that money that you guys are giving to me back into this channel to just make it bigger and better for you all. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you ring that bell. And until next time, guys, just keep rolling.